Welcome. How are you today? Alrighty. So, we're going to start with the visualization today. That's what we're going to begin with. And then after that, we will be doing a reading. And then after that, I'll do personal readings if anybody wants them. They will be paid readings, and the readings are $33. But there will be a collective reading and the collective visualization before that happens. Welcome. If you don't know me, I'm Pearl from Pearl and the Prayers. And this is my channel that I go live for both my music and tarot. And I haven't been doing as much live music lately, but one hopes I will get back into it a little bit more. I am starting to work with my bassist now. We're trying to work together via long distance, which is not the simplest thing to do in the world, so we're dealing with that right now. But hopefully we'll start doing some live music stuff soon. But we're going to begin today's live with a visualization. So I'm going to just give the room a little time to settle in, because usually there's sort of a flux of people and then it kind of hones in. So I'm just going to be shuffling and focusing the energy, calling out to anybody who wants to come in for a visualization. And visualizing has become a bigger part of what I do than I expected it to. But seeing as I did not expect to do tarot, this entire thing is not what I expected. But I've been doing tarot almost exclusively for the last few years, outside of music, of course. Recently, visualization and guided visualization has become something that I'm enjoying and is working for me, and so I hope helps other people. And I started doing tarot because it was working for me, and I felt I could offer the same enlightenment to others through what I was doing. And so I think visualization is another part of that. So that is something I want to start offering videos about, and making my own music for is something that I'm also considering doing. So that's coming in the future. I got a new planner. I don't know if you like office supplies as much as me, but I got this new planner. And mainly I'm excited about the stickers. But then I also have anxiety because I wasn't really allowed to get stickers much as a kid, because I don't know, I guess because I wouldn't use them properly. I don't understand how a child is supposed to use them properly. But at the same time, my level of OCD, I get kind of, but that is individual to each person, and I would never put that on my child. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not scarred for life or anything. But so I got right into it. It's got like weekly, but it has like a whole priorities thing, which I found really helps me. Because if I look at a to-do list as these mundane things that I have to do, versus if I'm just like, I want to do certain things. Like, I want to have certain experiences because of these priorities, these certain priorities. So defining what my priorities are, what my vision is, that's important. So I am going to spend this weekend on my lives, and after them probably, going through the very beginning sections. I gave myself this goal to complete this page this weekend. So if anybody is feeling ambitious and wants to join along, I am going to visualize today with everybody. I'm going to actually guide the visualization and do it, which I usually try to do. And then after that is done, I'm going to look at what is the vision for the life I want, and I'll pull a few cards for it. And I will also be doing a love reading today too. And then if anyone wants personal readings, or if anybody wants me to pull cards about the vision for their life, certain things to include in it that are maybe more subconscious, we can do that today. So this is how I'm gonna get my vision, like make myself complete. My goal is to do it over live and be like, now I'm accountable. Hi Irene, welcome. There won't be free readings today, babe, but we're gonna do visualization. We're gonna do a collective love reading, and we're also gonna do personal readings after that, which will be $33 if you end up deciding you want to purchase one. But if you just want to participate in all of the free stuff that's going on, you're totally welcome to be here. Also, if you want more free content, please go subscribe to my Tuned in Tarot YouTube page. You can find that link on my profile. Thank you for following me. Thank you for likes. Thank you for sharing the page if you're here today. Those are the things that help to grow my channel. And you know, I'm always like, I want to grow my channel, but actually I have 20,000 followers. I feel like there's a lot of people there that I'm already serving, so do what you want. Like, I don't care. If my channel's supposed to grow, it's gonna grow. Like, who gives a shit? I'm really more interested in just doing this job, which I enjoy doing, and so whoever's here to see it and be here with me, welcome. Thank you for being here, and I hope you enjoyed enough to feel like you want to grow my channel independently. If you are currently a subscriber and I see you come into the room, I will always read a card for you for free. Right now, because I have a manageable number of subscribers. If that number goes a bit higher, I will probably do subscriber only chats. But for now, I have enough subscribers that if you are a subscriber and you come in here and I see you, I will pull a card for you that day. And that's going to be something that I throw in for my subscribers. There are other benefits, but that is one of them. That's basically the first one that I'm doing for now. Happy Friday to you. So I'm going to tell you what I just told the other people that are entering the room and asking questions. I'm going to do a visualization for everybody first. I'm going to do a collective love reading because it's Friday, Venus's day, and we do give her some love. I might do a karmic reading since Venus was known to have a lot of karmic energy around her. She had a really complex relationship with her husband Vulcan, but he accepted her as she was, and so maybe we'll do some kind of reading with karmics today. I don't normally do that either, so there might be somebody today who wanted that or needed that. And then there will be personal readings at that point, but it will be, if you would like to make an investment, $33. That will be what's happening after all of the collective stuff. And the lovers are still on my desk, which I definitely shuffled them, and the High Priestess. So somebody is suspecting somebody in a relationship. It's kind of got to stop thinking like that, but at the same time trust your intuition and move on from a person who triggers those feelings in you. Unless every person does, and then you probably want to look where the wound is. All right, so let's begin our visualization. Visualization is slightly different from a meditation because it requires an active mind. But at the very beginning of this visualization, we're going to start by just noticing how you feel right now. You don't even have to close your eyes. You can if you want to get a little bit more information, shut out some other stimuli. But really, I just want you to notice, do you have tension somewhere in your body? Do you feel any kind of, discomfort, dis-ease, things that are out of sorts, out of alignment, out of place? And then compare it to the things that feel in alignment, in sorts, in place. If you used to have pain but you don't anymore, maybe notice where the pain isn't there anymore. If you are really, really comfortable, just notice that. You don't have to do anything to change the way you feel, but we're just being an observer right now, which is a bit more like a meditative state where we're just noticing how we think or feel. If you are somebody who really feels energy or reads energy, just notice what the energy feels like right now, whether it feels sticky or flowing. How does that feel? If you are someone who is really in your head a lot, what are the thoughts like right now? Are they very tense? Are they worried? Are they relaxed? Have they kind of started to slow down, get a little goopy, or are they still kind of flowing quite a lot, distracting you? Just notice your thoughts. So now that you notice how you feel, I want you to just ask yourself, what do I think would make me feel better right now? What do I think would make me feel better right now? I want you to take this thing that you think would make you feel better right now, and I want you to start to imagine that this thing is happening to you. So just begin to imagine, use as much detail as you can. Just imagine that the thing that you think would make you feel better is happening to you right now. I want you to notice how your body feels. As you immerse yourself in this visualization of this event that you think would make you feel better. If you noticed any tension before, are you still experiencing the tension? Or have you started to release some of it? Or has it turned from tension into sort of an anticipation or a delight? What word would describe the state that you feel right now most strongly? For instance, is it a state of peace, passion, connection? I want you to notice the clothes that you're wearing, if you're wearing clothes in this visualization. The temperature of the room, or whether you're inside or outside. Notice any smells, tastes, textures. What kind of thoughts do you have when this experience is happening to you? I want you to take this visualization one layer deeper. And I want you to envision that you are 5 years into the future. It's been 5 years since this event that you thought would make you vacation somewhere, but somewhere where you have privacy and you can just be alone with this journal. I want you to write down all of the things that you've accomplished in the last 5 years that make you feel so satisfied about your life right now. So in your visualization, notice the clothing you're wearing in this scene. Notice the lighting in the room. Notice the texture of the surface you're writing on. Notice the texture of the journal or book that you're writing in, the pen that you're using. Again, sense and feel into this environment. Feel the way your body feels. Do you feel very comfortable, very relaxed? You might sip on some kind of a beverage that you really enjoy. Just continue to write in this journal the accomplishments of the past 5 years. And who you are now that you have accomplished these things, because this is the vision of the life that you want. And you're writing down how you've achieved it. Ever since that event. Be honest. Don't leave out names. This is your vision. No one else can see it but you. And when you're ready, find your way back to my voice. You might take a sip of water. And let me know when you're ready by just giving the screen a tap, so I know people are back and ready to focus on what I'm going to say. Hi, welcome back. There's another one. And another. Hello. How was that? Did you enjoy visualizing in that way? I feel like it adds force or power to get into a space. Hi, Nicole. And hi, this chick. How are you? It helps you to kind of get into a space where you already feel kind of good and peaceful, which is my hope that happened from the first visualization. And then taking that visualization into the next part, which is the memory of all of the things you've accomplished up until that point in this visualization. Sometimes I have you recall the event, but in some way you may have been recalling the event, as you would have to think of that as the leaping point from all of the things that happened between those 5 years. So your brain lived that experience as if it happened to your body, and that's why you may have even had physical sensations in your body. You may have had tension release in your body. You may have had excitement, tears, all kinds of things are sort of stimulated by even just imagining. And I'm sure you just experienced that. And that lesson is really to teach you that whatever it is that you currently think you need to feel better, your motivation ultimately for that event is to have a point in your life where you experience this authentic version of self. And you have a belief that this person, place, thing, event, whatever it is somehow integral to you getting to that place that you were imagining you were 5 years from this moment. But what you learn by this visualization is that you can get the feelings, sensations through actually just imagining the event happen without that physical event happening. Not to say it wouldn't still feel good, or maybe even more satisfying because of its physical component. However, the idea that nothing else would satisfy you is kind of challenged by the fact that you just found satisfaction in purely your imagination. And if you didn't, then there might be some work you need to do there, because in truth, your imagination is deeply satisfying when you actually allow your body to respond to it. So you might be holding back from responding. So now we're going to choose a card that is really going to help us with whatever feelings that we just wanted to create. This is going to help us create those feelings on a consistent basis. The Death card. I feel like we got this the other day, but so there is something that we continue to do that is comforting. And when we stop doing that and change this behavior pattern, you're going to see the feelings that you were just seeking coming to you consistently from your own self. Do you see how she's touching her own self in this image? As in, like, from me. So I think really letting go of that idea that that thing that you want outside of self is the thing that's going to make you feel better, when it is really how you perceive situations, how you respond to the call of your intuition, your inner guide, whatever you want to call it, how well you respond to that in the 3D, how much time and effort you are putting into yourself. Those are the things that actually create the feelings that you're seeking. The illusion that we have to embrace is that ego has convinced us that everything outside of self is going to do it. Everything outside of self is fun. It is going to satisfy certain parts of self for temporary amounts of time. There's no denying that. Like, the cake's going to taste good. There's no doubt about it. And that's the guarantee of knowing that. If you're a person who has trouble with impulse control surrounding choices with self-harming behaviors, then you know that ultimately that thing is going to feel good. The release from cutting, or eating the food and releasing of endorphins, or having sexual gratification even without emotional bonds or connections. Like, ultimately there are aspects of that experience that were going to trigger your pleasure and reward centers in the brain, but the long-term effects outweigh the short-term benefits. And that's something that the ego doesn't really want to believe. The ego wants to believe that, no, just this fix is going to do it. Like, this one is all I need. After this, I won't need anything else. Okay, so now we did the visualization. If you didn't do it with us, that's okay. You can still participate in this part of today's live. But for this part of the live, if you have a planner, notebook, or a journal, I would grab it, because we are going to answer the question, this little tiny easy to answer question: what is the vision for the life I want? Okay, just that simple, easy, straightforward. You can answer that right away, right? What's the vision for the life you want? I'm good today. How are you? So I'm going to turn to a blank page in my new planner. And I'm going to write at the top, as soon as I find it. Oh, there's like literally a bookmark in it and I forgot. Okay. I'm going to write at the top, vision for the life that I want, because I don't want to commit it to this little section here until I've kind of journaled about it a bit. So if you are following along, you're going to grab a notebook, piece of paper, planner, whatever. You're going to turn to a blank section and write at the top, vision of the life that I want, or vision for the life that I want. Vision for the life that I want. No big deal, just the vision for the life that I want. Okay. So now we're going to pull some cards having to do with the vision for the life that I want. So we'll come back to the notebook, because we'll probably have some things that we want to add to it. Let me just look at my billions of decks here and see if there is any specific deck that is calling to me outside of the one that I'm holding right now in my hands. I think this is the one that I want. Nothing else is really talking to me right now. Okay, so I'm going to continue to use this Modern Love Tarot, which is my favorite deck right now. I'm sorry to hear that, Lolita. So what we're doing right now collectively is we are writing down a vision for the life that I want. And you may have been called here, especially if you have a broken heart. You may have been called because something that will help you receive a little guidance is getting a little bit of clarity about the life that you want. So I'm going to pull some cards to inspire some journal prompts to go a little bit deeper into this vision of the life that we want. I'm just kind of being intuitively guided through this reading. So my hope is that this will help you potentially. And that is what we're going to be doing right now. So what I want you to start thinking about, and you can grab a journal if you want, or a piece of paper, or you can just use your phone, I guess, and type down, it's great to handwrite though. It is more, your brain makes more of a connection with what you're writing. But write, vision for the life that I want. Vision for the life that I want. I'm going to pull 3 cards, and each one of these cards is going to give me a little bit of insight to help us break down the vision for the life that we want. Okay. So the first card that came up is the Two of Wands, and someone already wrote about a soulmate here in the comments. So part of the vision for the life that I want includes this person who I want to travel or journey along my way with. So include this person in the vision of the life that you want. My advice to you, though, is that when you're doing visualization, before you commit to a specific person in your vision, I want you to do a little bit more detective work, going into your intuitive self and doing a little bit more work where you ask your higher self to tell you about the type of person that would be the best type of person for you. To just start to really write down, not necessarily a vision of the specific person that you want, but this part of our journaling, when we go into this relationship part, we're going to write down our vision for the type of partner that we believe we want. Because then after we know that, then we're going to look at our current person that we're focused on. We're going to ask ourselves, how much do they line up with this vision of my partner? Now, if you're already like, well, my person's not going to line up at all, I would strongly recommend that you do this exercise and really, really hone in on what you do want. And then ask yourself, if this is what I want in a person, why would I be protecting myself from being with a person like this by being very focused on a person who is nothing like this? Because in the end of the day, it's about protecting ourselves. Yes, right now what we're doing is, if you grab a notebook page, write down at the top of the notebook page, what is the vision of the life that I want? And we're going to look at these 3 cards about different things that we're going to write down in our journal. So this first one, for those of you that already have your journal ready, in regards to relationship, so for the vision of the life that I want, I'm assuming includes relationships, so I'm going to write down the word relationship. And I mean, I know that this for me is meaning romantic, but you can write romantic relationship if you want to distinguish, but I just know that that's what I want. So relationship. And then the question that I should answer or ask here is, what, let's see, what type of relationship do I want to have? Because that's the first thing that you need to ask yourself. What do I want my relationship to look like? The second question is, what type of partner am I seeking? And even if you feel like that you've already found that person, that doesn't matter. I just want you to define it for yourself. And I want you, when you're thinking about this, to not so much think about what this person brings you, but what you would actually like from a person. And don't worry if this person doesn't meet every need. They're not supposed to. So don't hold back on writing down what you need if you know that somebody can't give you exactly that. Don't worry about whoever it is right now in your life. This is about your vision, okay? So what type of relationship do I want to have? That means, do I want to have a monogamous? Do I want to have a polyamorous relationship? Do I want to have a relationship where I live in the same house, the same town? Do I want to share a bedroom? Do I want to have separate bedrooms? Do I want to share finances? Do I want to have separate finances? I really want you to think about all those different aspects and define that for yourself. What type of relationship do I want to have? What type of partner am I seeking? And really define what you want, what that partner to be like. All right, so the next card that's coming up is the Six of Swords. So for me, this is, where do I want to go? Where am I now? So you already know that. You don't have to write that down. But where do I want to go from where I am now? Now, think as far into the future as you feel comfortable. You don't have to. If you get overwhelmed by thinking about what's going to happen in 5 years, then don't do that. Those of you that had the visualization, you might already have some idea because you already started to journal about this in your imagination, about all the things you want to accomplish in the next 5 years. But this is this vision, this long-term vision, and then knowing when you write this down that, you know, this gets broken down into short-term goals. But where do I want to go? So this can mean, where do I want to live? Like, in what location do I want to live? All right, let me write this next part. So this would be, maybe this part is the mission section. So we had relationship, and now we have the mission section. And this is, where do I want to go? Where do I want to go from where I am now? I think it's important to acknowledge that, from where I am now. What sort of place do I want to live? Like, maybe you already live where you're supposed to live, but if you don't, then ask, what sort of place do I want to live in? And that includes country, city, town, neighborhood, and you can write all that down. Country, city, town, etc. Right down to household, you know, what your house looks like. Because remember, this is the vision for the life that you want. So what sort of place do I want to live in? I think that's, and then since it's the mission work, what kind of work do I want to be doing? Do I even want to work? Maybe I worked a long time and I don't want to work anymore. I want to be able to retire. I want to be able to have an early retirement because I just come into a huge sum of wealth. Like, if that is what you want, then write it down, because this is for you. This is for you and no one else. It's for you to know and, you know, everyone else to find out once it happens. But this is your life. It is your storyline. It gets to be as hard or as easy as you would like it to be in this creation phase where you are making a vision for it. Okay? So now, if you're a person that's like, I want to be completely supported, I want to just be able to do whatever I want anytime I want and be totally supported in doing that, don't limit yourself in how you can receive that support. Like, there's many different ways that that support can come to you, and just don't limit yourself in, oh, I have to marry somebody to get that, or I have to have an inheritance, or I have to win the lottery, or just open yourself up to the potential that you could be a person that never has to do work that you don't feel like doing. Because most of the time, if when people have all their things in order, there is work that they still like doing. They craft things, they work in the arts in some way, they study things, they get into a hobby, and we look at work as only what we do to make money, which is just ridiculous. Like, work is what we do that satisfies us. It's activity that satisfies us. And the reason why work nowadays isn't very good is because it's work that doesn't satisfy us, because we're very detached and disconnected from what it is that we're doing. So what kind of work do I want to be doing? Mission. How do I want to ask this question? In what ways do I want to practice my spirituality, maybe? So, in what way do I want to express? In what ways do I want to express my spirituality? So if you're just joining, I'm seeing some people pop in and out of the room. We're working on visualization today for a little bit, and then we're going to do a love reading. But hang on, there we go. It was so dark before. Oh my God. So in what ways? So we're journaling about the question, the vision for the life that I want. We're not really journaling yet. We're writing journal prompts together. I will, once I'm all done with this, I will read back over all of the ones that we've done for anybody who would like it. Just let me know in the comments if you would like to get these journal prompts for yourself to help you visualize the vision for the life that you want. Okay, so in what ways do I want to express my spirituality? So we've got, this is for the mission part. Where do I want to go from where I am now? What sort of place do I want to live in? What kind of work do I want to be doing? In what ways do I want to express my spirituality? I feel like that's pretty good for mission. And then this final card that came out was the Queen of Cups. So this made me feel like this is like your health and well-being, your emotional health and well-being, your physical health and well-being. How are you taking care of yourself? How are you showing love to yourself? How are you nurturing and really tuned in and in alignment with yourself? How intuitive are you to your needs? How much love are you experiencing coming from the self? So this part, I think, we have relationship, mission, and then this would be, I guess, self-care, which would include health and wellness, mental health and wellness. So I'm just writing down self-care. So the questions for this is, what are the ways I am nurturing my health and wellness, mentally, physically and emotionally. So what are the ways I'm nurturing my health and wellness mentally, physically, and emotionally? And that's where you would list all of the different self-care things that you do on a daily basis. Things like, I keep a schedule, I have a planner, I take time to myself, this is the vision of the life that you want. Like when you're 90 and you look back over the last, almost century, and you compare the different times in your life. Hi, Luna. Oh, I'm so glad you're feeling better today. I'm sorry I didn't have a chance to send you that reading last night. But that's probably why. I feel like sometimes the message that if I gave you a message that you weren't in a good space to get, it wouldn't serve you. You know what I mean? We're doing the vision for the life that I want journaling right now. So you're here just in time. And I'm going to go over everything I just wrote down for people who missed it. I'm seeing Allie here too. Hi, babes. And if you're still here, Ace the Golden, there will be personal readings after the collective reading. It will be $33. And there's a link in my profile, Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App for that. All right, so we just did relationship, mission, and self-care. We used the 3 cards that I pulled from the Modern Love Tarot. And these are the journal prompt questions that will help you create the vision of your life. Once you have journaled, now I want you to free write with these questions. So take your time to do this assignment. I'm gonna go through this whole page this weekend. So let me look at, we've got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So for tonight, I would say journal on these questions. Then we've got core values, passion. We'll already have hit the mission and life's purpose thing because of the life that I want section. And then we'll do another question here on Sunday. So if you're with it for me for this weekend, for the long haul, I will be sharing this. And I will also put this on YouTube for people who want to go back and follow along with the actual different sections from the card reading. Okay. So for those of you that missed it, I'm just going to go over all of the questions one more time, and I'm seeing Luna's response. Thank you, babes, and thanks for listening to me while you're at work. Okay, and then of course, like I said, it will be on YouTube. So if you are not able to write in a journal right now or write it down, you can go back and listen to it with me after. But the sections that we wrote down together that we're going to journal about after is vision for the life that I want. We would write at the top of the page. Underneath that, we have 3 sections that corresponded to each of the 3 cards that came out. The first section was about relationship. The 2 questions that you want to have as journal prompts for this section are, what type of relationship do I want to have? And what type of partner am I seeking? I'm going to say that again for people. What type of relationship do I want to have? And what type of partner am I seeking? After the relationship section, we'll have the mission section. And the journal prompts for the mission section are, we got the 6 of Swords for that one. And you can write down the energy of each of these sections, because those cards may have special meanings. So the 2 of Wands is the energy to bring to relationship. So the positive attributes of the 2 of Wands are important for you. I want mini tarot stickers. I want those. So then I can put them in the, oh my God, I'm obsessed with that. I need to get that now. Okay. And then, the card for this mission is the 6 of Swords. So focusing on the 6 of Swords, You know, maybe going and reading a little bit about the Six of Swords before you sit down to journal about these questions would be a good idea, or just propping it up and looking at any, you can use any deck that you have at home, obviously, to inspire you for this section. The questions for the mission section are, where do I want to go from where I am now? So where do I want to go from here? What sort of place do I want to live in? And include the country, the city, the town, the neighborhood, the way your house looks. Like, this is the part for you to free write about, you know, your ideal living space, even if it's not something you currently live in, or even if it's wild or crazy. This is the vision, so this is where you get to, you know, dream big, right? The next question is, what kind of work do I want to be doing? What kind of work do I want to be doing? And I told people before that it's, even if you just want to not have to work, but to just be able to, like, work in a garden or work in a kitchen, creating food for yourself for the day, or just what are the kinds of activities that I want to be doing? In what ways do I want to express my spirituality is the final question. In what ways do I want to express my spirituality? So you're basically going to free write about all these things. This free writing assignment is going to give you a lot of information for the next few sections on this page. We're doing a page in this planner called Awareness and Self-Discovery. I'm doing this because I celebrate New Year, the Witch's New Year, around Halloween, which I did this year. And then I had ordered a planner and it just came today. And so I wanted to set my goals for this next wheel of the year. Others may want to be doing this at a different time, but you can write down these journal prompts to use, like if you're a person who celebrates New Year's, you can write down these journal prompts and revisit this around that time of the year. But I encourage you to do this now, especially if you are not a person that already has a vision of the life that you want. All right, so that last card was the Queen of Cups. This is for the category of self-care, which is part of the vision of the life that I want. And the question journal prompt that goes with this is, what are the ways I am nurturing my health and wellness mentally, physically, and emotionally? And so you'll go ahead and free write about that. And you can set a timer for these questions if you want to, or you can just give yourself an hour or something to journal. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna journal those questions. You're gonna free write about those questions. I think I'm gonna use my morning pages to do it, like tomorrow in the morning. And after you've done that and you've journaled through them, and it might take you a couple of days also, then you're gonna come back and you're gonna make some bullet points, right? Just kind of to condense it down a little bit so that you can get something that you can read as a statement, because you can add it to your daily ritual that you read this vision of your life. This is what it means to hold your vision as the Queen of Wands. First, you have to create the vision. You have to hone in on what it is that you want, and then you have to clearly hold that vision. So how much easier is it to ignore all of the things that you would like to do in order to get to where you want to go? How much easier is it to do that when you don't consistently remind yourself of what you desire? Real easy. It's a lot harder to go to bed at night if you open your phone up and read what your vision for your life is, and reflect over your day and ask yourself, well, in what ways did I work towards my vision today? Because if I think back on today, it seems like I worked towards someone else's vision of their life, and I wasn't really working towards mine. You have to have a way to assess that. So this is meant to help my ride or dies here, my prayers who come here a lot, just to give you a skill to help you with visualizing more, using that content that we get when you go through those visualizations with me at the beginning of my lives. You're getting a lot of information from those visualizations. If you're not already journaling them, you might want to have a little journal or a little note in your phone where you write down any strong impressions. It doesn't have to be a lot of details. Literally, if you were pictured your higher self wearing a cool hat that you thought was cute, write it down. Be like, I want to find this hat, and then like go look for it later online, see if you can find it, or maybe you'll find it at a store when you're walking by or something like that. Those are the things that your higher self finds fun, interesting, likes it, wants it. So give yourself those things. Another thing that I recently decided about my life that I want to try to be more mindful of. I'm trying to be more mindful of my finances in general. And one thing I decided that I would start doing. Oh my God, the Queen of Cups is on the top of both of these decks right now. That's so lovely. But one of the things I want to start doing is the ideal amount of spending on your child when you have a child. They say that the amount of income, obviously people spend more than this, but the ideal amount of income to spend on a child in your household is 10% of your income. So for every child you have, it would be 10% of your income that you would be investing in that child. And I actually do have to do that. As a parent who has to pay child support, I actually do have to do that. And I wanted to do the same thing for my inner child. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to say, okay, 10% of all the income that I receive is completely for my inner child. So if my inner child wants a new game, a new deck of cards, if my inner child wants to get her nails done, if my inner child wants to, take a painting class or swim in the ocean and go on a vacation, then if I have within that 10% of my income the wiggle room to do that, and my inner child has been requesting it, I will prioritize what she is asking for. So that is another thing that you might want to consider doing, is knowing what percentage that is and seeing if you actually give yourself that percentage, and then lumping together all the things in your life that you have that you kind of feel a little bit like, I want this, but like, should I spend the money on it? I want you to take that and I want you to put that in your inner child category, especially for things like streaming services or whatever that is. So we're going to move now into the collective love reading. If you want to ask personal questions, after that, it will be $33. If you just have a general question to ask me, like something about what I do or about what we're doing right now, go ahead and ask in the comments, and either I or my moderator will help answer you. But if it's actually a question that you want cards pulled for, I'm doing paid readings only after this collective reading, and they will be $33. You can also book a private reading at the link in my profile if you would prefer. Let's do this love reading. Now, I had a feeling there's some people who want to know stuff about karmic situations, so we're going to do a little reading, a short reading about that, and then we're going to do just a general spread that I like, that is called I like to do this one now on Fridays. It is called the Tarot Spread for Your Journey to Love, the Twin Flame Union Spread. So first, let us just take a look at karmic energy. So for those of you who are here, that I like your name also, by the way, Osiris. For those of you that are here that know that your person has some kind of a karmic situation, this can be a parent, children from another marriage, past partner, a current partner, a job, an addiction. We're just going to ask, just a quick 3-card spread. Just give us, what do we need to know? What will benefit us? What will benefit us to know about this karmic energy? What will benefit us? Okay. So really quick, we have, of course, the Devil card comes up. I just can't with it. the Devil card, the Seven of Swords, and then the Six of Swords. So somebody is leaving somebody else because of this, because of cheating. So, and what we asked about is the karmic energy that's surrounding your person. So basically, your person's this whatever this is, the addiction, whatever this is, the past partner. I would say, I'm guessing there's a strong case that this is a past partner or somebody that they've been sleeping with, or I'm getting somebody that they've probably been not telling you about, somebody that is being hidden from you. This individual, or potentially it actually looks to me like this person doesn't know about you, because these look like two different people to me. It doesn't look like there is somebody that's hiding a karmic. It looks like there is a karmic that doesn't know about you. The other thing is, if this is an addiction that your person has, then they are trying to get away with this addiction. They're trying to hide the addiction from you. So this is their addiction, and this is they're trying to get away with getting it, slipping it past you, like you don't know about it. But what we see is leaving that behavior. We see self-love propelling us to either leave a situation where that's happening to us. So if your person has another party, why are you there? Like, there's no reason for you to be there. So you're like, I'm gonna keep it pushing because I don't see the point of sticking around for this kind of pain. Like, that doesn't really make much sense. I don't want to go backwards. I want to go forwards. And if this person has found out about you, then they are also like, I'm going to love myself and take care of myself. Because in truth, for that karmic partner who your person has hidden you from, they have been incredibly betrayed, and now, like, for them to love themselves, they would need to leave this person who did that to them, or to just move on from the pain that was caused by this experience. So the karmic partner, I think, is really having to work on that. I think they found out that you were being hidden from them, and that this person is going to move on with you, and they, you know, and because of that, they're willing to leave this person. And I do think that for some, it's really taken a long time and required a lot of patience, and for others, it may require more. That's good. I'm seeing your comments. That is good. Okay, so that is the karmic reading. Now let's do the Twin Flame Union Tarot spread for your journey to love by Liv Tarot. So the questions for this are, what do I really want from this union? And we're going to do masculine and feminine energy. So we'll use the deck that I'm holding as the feminine energy. What do I really want from this union? What am I not seeing clearly about my divine masculine? What would my life be like if we got together? How does he truly feel about me deep down in his heart? Where is this connection going in the future? Okay. And then for the masculine energy, we're going to use the Tattoo Tarot today. Asking, what do I really want from this union? What am I not seeing clearly about my divine feminine? What would my life be like if we got together? How does she truly feel about me deep down in her heart? And where is this connection going in the future? All right, let's take a look. What do I really want from this union? Divine Feminine. This was the bottom of the deck for the reading on TikTok today. I didn't get to talk about it, but this was actually the bottom of the deck. What I want is, you know, the true masculine energy that I've been told I was promised my entire life, right? The guide energy, the gentle guide, the loving father energy, the you know, the warm and loving, caring husband, the one who like crafts things in this world and is proud of what he makes and proud of who he is and proud of what he does. In some cases, an artist of some kind, like a true artist. And the reason why I really want this from this union is because I really want this for myself. I really want to be this energy. I want to feel this worthiness. I want to feel this mastery. And I want to have this reputation for doing good work and being like this kind, giving, and, you know, someone who cuts a figure. Like, so what I really want from this union is to experience the fulfillment of this divine masculine energy in the physical. Divine masculine, what do I really want from this union? I want this Ace of Cups. I want true love, enlightenment about what love really is, coming from the divine. I want to understand how to fill my own cup and give to others from that cup, to share my emotions, to share my love with others, not to hold it or expect it to come from outside, but to find that true love that's always available to me within myself. That is what I really desire from this union. Very, very interesting. Those are, you know, it's like the feminine desiring material mastery and the masculine desiring emotional and spiritual, new emotional and spiritual outlook. What am I not seeing clearly about my divine masculine? What I'm not seeing clearly is that my divine masculine energy is really just as trapped as I am. The way that I think about the situation and manifest, that's what the masculine is doing too. So when I have doubts about my masculine, that my masculine person is literally thinking to themselves, my person is going to doubt me. She's going to doubt me. She's not going to believe that I'm telling the truth. You know, she's not going to give me another chance. She's not going to think I'm worthy. So that person is thinking that. And then you keep thinking, I mean, I don't know if I can trust this person. I don't know if they're going to come through. I don't know, you know, if it's really been too long, it's too late now and they haven't respected me. And it's like, it would be disrespectful to myself at this point if I allowed them to come back in. And so you're trapped by those thoughts and your person is literally thinking, I don't deserve her and it's possible. And then you're thinking, I don't think he deserves me, because and you don't really see clearly that it is like you're both like, if he's looking in a mirror, this is what he sees. And when you're looking in the mirror at him, that's what you see. You see him. You're like, why does he think that? I wouldn't think that way. But then you are doubting yourself. You are feeling like he might feel these things about you. You're both trapped in the same mental prison. I think you also don't see how guarded you are and how really difficult it is to try to get to you. Like, there might be only this one path that you're allowing, and it might be kind of an intimidating way to try to get to you because you've closed out the world. You don't allow in the world so easily anymore. What is divine masculine not seeing clearly about the feminine? That she's not done. This is the death card in reverse. That she hasn't let him go. That it's not over. That it's really not ended. That, you know, while she's really sad about everything that has happened between them, that she's not willing to just let this die. He's not really seeing that clearly. What would my life be like if we got together? Divine feminine. she's realizing that she's always going to have to lead the way in communication and self-expression, because of her comfort with emotional conversation, processing, etc. But that she wants to be connected to somebody, and she's willing to take the lead if that's what it takes. But this is what your life would be like. If you got together with the specific person on your mind right now, it will never switch. It is very unlikely that this person is ever going to lead the way in communication. So if that's something that's important to you, and you don't want to always be the one that has to initiate communication, or, you know, get things started, or feel like you're pulling things along or guiding things along, this is not the right fit for you. You need a different person. This person is not going to be one who steps up and takes the lead in terms of expression, self-expression, communication. That's not going to be the case. There are people like that, but this is not that person, the one that you're focused on right now. Not happening. For the masculine, we have the Hierophant. So this would be the end-all be-all spiritual commitment for this masculine. This would be a vow. He would be very serious about it. It would represent something that he could not break. It is intimidating. It does seem limiting. He does have some fear about it, but ultimately he would be committed to making this work. So if you don't mind being the one who leads the communication, this masculine is committed to going along for the ride with you. But you will be the one that is in the lead. You will be. In fact, this masculine likely craves a partner like that. So if you are like, I don't want to be that in this relationship, this isn't the one for you. How does he truly feel about me deep down in his heart? She says she likes it. I like it too. Could you imagine me not being the first one to talk and the last one to talk? If you can imagine that right now, you haven't been to enough of my lives. So Greg, it's really probably going to be a blending of the energy. If you're not certain which one resonates, it's most likely that you're probably pretty balanced within yourself, and a little bit of both is true for you. Because in truth, both of these energies are present in each person. There will be times when your masculine will lead with emotional communication, like the person who is a masculine identifying in the relationship. There will be times when that person does lead with communication, like straight up is like going to communicate and express their emotion. It's not like that will never happen, but most of the time, the feminine energy, it's going to be emotion that causes the expression of communications in this union. It's going to be feelings that get talked about more often than not because of the dynamic between the two of you. And if that's the case and your person is not great at talking about feelings, or you're not good at talking about feelings, it is unlikely they will initiate these conversations. But their emotional side of self will take the lead, which also means that your conversations may be somewhat tumultuous, because when we lead with emotion, we don't necessarily always lead calmly, because our emotions need to kind of be filtered through our logic and vice versa. So it's a balance. I don't really tune into individual energies, like unless I'm doing a reading for somebody, and then it's not like, I'm not like that kind of a sensitive. I'm more claircognizant, and messages just come through. So that's kind of how I end up feeling. So it doesn't matter what I think also. What you really need to do is learn to trust your intuition, is to feel your feelings and sense into yourself. That's going to give you much more information than I ever could, no matter how sensitive I am. I'm a person who reads body language, facial expressions, subtle cues. So I get the sense of a person as I talk to them. But I can clearly also read energy using cards as well, because I don't know a lot of the people that come on here, and I've never had conversations with them, but I can suss it out with card pulls. So that's how kind of I sense into things. So what does the divine masculine truly feel about the feminine? He feels very strong feelings, very, very strong feelings, very much an eternal connection to her. He thinks that she is just so strong and so confident, and that she really has control over her ego and her reactivity, and that she may have, you know, moments where she is a raging beast, but ultimately she does get it under control and it doesn't dominate her. He may also feel that she is the dominant personality in the relationship, and again, I think he is committed to a relationship like that. He definitely is feeling like he does want or need that kind of an energy. That is what complements him. I believe in the Supreme. The Supreme is all consciousness, and I believe that we are all incarnations of the Supreme, and that there are incarnations of the Supreme in different gods, and all the different cultures in all the world have their own way of interpreting the Supreme, and for some people that's a Christian ideology, and for other people it's not, and I don't believe there is one way of seeing or experiencing the Supreme at all. That's how I believe. And so the divine feminine, how does the divine feminine truly feel about the masculine deep down in his heart? He feels that he has, or the divine feminine feels that she has this deep love for the divine masculine. But it's very interesting because in the TikTok reading I did today with a completely different deck, the Lovers card came out, and it's actually on the cover, I think. Where is it? I think it's on the cover. Oh yeah, it's on the box, so I can show you. There is a snake in the Lovers card that is in this deck, and it came out in the Divine Feminine's reading today, and she said how she felt about the connection is that she really loved the Divine Masculine, but she felt very much, you know, strangled or choked, etc., by, or smothered to a certain extent by this energy at times. So deep down, she does feel a lot of love, but she also feels somewhat smothered by it because of the failure that they have had to bring about the physical expression of it. So it does feel like an overwhelming feeling at times, something that's like choking her or something that's a bit tangled up. But she does feel an eternal connection, just like the Divine Masculine. There's the embedded lemniscate imagery in that image, etc. Where is this connection going in the future? You don't say. For the divine feminine energy, where is this connection going in the future? We see that there is this divine masculine on her boat. And, you know, she does see him as a good, kind, loving, caring person. But at the same time, she still sees him as being, you know, not overly expressive of his feelings, although very loving. And I do think she feels that this masculine is going to treat her very well, you know, take her on trips, make sure she's well cared for. She does feel like he's going to be very, very good. But again, I do think that she feels that he is going to still remain a pretty strong, silent individual who really doesn't have a lot of verbal expression of his romantic feelings. And for the masculine, where's the connection going in the future? He is planning to rush in and communicate and speak. But I also see two-headed horse here. So he feels pulled in two directions. So I think that he probably has two sort of paths that he has to honor at the same time. So there could be a past family that he's still going to have to attend to or whatever. There's not just going to be this feeling of just full steam ahead. He has to balance things out in order to be able to always, you know, come forward in this energy. But he does want to be in his integrity. He does want to be honest. He does want to be truthful. I do think he feels like this connection is going to move fast, maybe a little too fast. Maybe he has a little bit of fear about that energy. Okay. But that is today's collective reading. If there's anybody here who would like a personal reading, now is your chance. You can go to the link in my profile. There is a PayPal support button, a Venmo or a Cash App button. It is going to be $33 today, and I will give you an in-depth reading on any question you might have. I ask that if you are going to ask a fertility or a health question, you do that at the link in my profile where you would book a private reading. So it won't be here live, but just book a private reading for that same price, $33, and I will go ahead and do that reading for you privately, just because those topics can be very triggering for certain people, and I want people to have a comfortable experience when they pop onto one of my lives as much as possible. But so other than that, you can ask any questions and it will be only $33. And I hope that you all benefited today from everything that we went over. We did the visualization. We did the what is the vision of my life journal prompt questions. And I will check in with you later tomorrow when I come back at 11 a.m. for the extended Tell Me Everything readings that I do on Saturdays. After we do that, I will check in with you and see if you all completed your journaling activities, if you want to be held accountable. If there's anybody in here who wants me to remember to ask them tomorrow, let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to try to remember to ask you tomorrow. I'll write down your name or whatever, your profile, so that I remember to ask you if you did your journal prompts. And even if you only do one of them, if you don't have time to do all of them, that's okay. But even if you only do one journal prompt, just let me know. And I'll give you a shout out tomorrow and say, did you do it? So let me know in the comments if you want me to ask you to check in with you tomorrow if I see you online, if you've done your journal prompts. I'm going to put this whole reading up on YouTube. So if you want to participate in this weekend of visualizing and going over this activity, which is called Awareness and Self-Discovery, you will find this video posted on my YouTube. It should be there later this evening at the very latest. And then you could do it before you go to bed if you want to. It's not difficult. You don't have to actually do the journaling until tomorrow if you don't feel like it. But you can at least write down the journal prompt questions. And you'll be able to hear the readings that I did in their entirety, because I did 3 little mini readings. And oh, you're welcome, Liberty Bell. Good to see you. I'm super hungry, so since nobody has jumped at getting a reading right now, I think I'm going to go ahead and say farewell to all of you this beautiful Friday. I am so grateful for you all that come here, that are interested in doing these kinds of activities with me. It helps me to do them because I am going to be accountable for doing it, since I have to ask you all about it later. Even if that accountability is to say, hey, I didn't do it and I said I wanted to. But no, I do know that I'm going to do it. I feel motivated to. I put it in my new planner that I was going to do the awareness and self-discovery page this week. So that's the one I'm going to do. And if you're interested, if you like this planner, it's just, I got it on Amazon. It's like Fox something. What is it? Clever Fox is the type of planner. And I like it. It's cool. All right, everybody. I will talk to you soon. Take care. Have the best day.